Check. 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 इतिहास गवाह है जब जब किया है किसी ने अहंकार, तब तब हुआ है युद्ध में भीषण नरसंहार। मानवता का जैसे हो रहा पतन है, दुर्लभ स्वप्न सा लगता अब शांति और अमन है। दुख, चीखें, भूख, प्यास, उदासी का समा हर तरफ होता है। युद्ध एक ऐसी अवस्था है जिसमें हर मन बस रोता है। With these words in mind, I, Nilesh Singh,
And I, Aditya Mishra,
would like to wish a very pleasant morning to esteemed judges, respected teachers, and all my fellow participants. Today, we stand here to shed light on a very pressing issue that demands our attention and collective action. Yes, it is the issue of the failure of the United Nations in conflict prevention.
the United Nations is an international agency formed in 1948 aftermath of World War II to promote peace and cooperation between member states.
The UN was established with the aim of preventing future conflicts and fostering international cooperation. It was conceived as a successor to the League of Nations, which failed to prevent the World War II.
The General Assembly of United Nations adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights on December 10, 1948, setting a global standard for human rights.
There are basically 6 principal organs in the United Nations, comprising the General Assembly, the Security Council, the Economic and Social Council, the International Court of Justice, the UN Secretariat, and the Trusteeship Council. Ladies and gentlemen, as now we come to the overview of UN's inadequacy in preventing conflicts, I just want to mention that just like the League of Nations, it also failed. It failed to prevent conflicts, which resulted in common civilians being tortured and displaced from their homes, and as a result, the death of many people.
With that, let's now focus on prime examples in history that portray UN's inadequacy in conflict prevention. The first, Rwandan genocide of 1994, depicts UN's great failure. Rwandan streets cried of hope, blood stained the places, neighbors turned into enemies, and life became fleeting. We could not more hope something worse than this.
The UN failed to prevent the Darfur genocide starting in 2003 due to delayed intervention, limited resources, and political challenges. Despite warnings and evidence of mass atrocities, the response was insufficient, resulting in suffering.
The 2017 conflict of Rohingyas genocide from Myanmar again depicts failure of UN's early warning systems. These systems were inadequate and marked by geopolitical constraints, thus worsening the humanitarian crisis.
Persecution and violence took place against the Hindu minority in Bangladesh, for which UN was criticized for not preventing that violence against the Hindus.
Now, let us move on to statistical data, which the UN does not hear at all. Let us move to the first graph, deaths during the Rwandan genocide. The total number of people that died was a whopping number of 3 lakhs during Darfur genocide. During the genocide of the Rwandas, it was 10 lakhs. The next whopping number is 1 lakh people died during Rohingya genocide. Gentlemen, the UN does not beg to hear, but we do.
Ladies and gentlemen, now let us move to the analysis of different ongoing wars worldwide. At the very first, we have the Russia-Ukraine war. It shows the UN's limitations in conflict prevention, as Russia's Veto ban the Security Council blocks the effective measures. The UN's weak enforcement and divided international response further hinder its ability to resolve such conflicts. Now, as we see the background of the Ukraine-Russia war, we come to know that it started in 2014 with Russia's annexation of Crimea and it escalated in 2022 with a full-scale invasion by Russia.
As shown recently, the Israel-Palestine conflict troubles the whole world. As I have shown, there is no resolution due to a Security Council deadlock. The historical context remains clear. Establishment of Israel in 1948 escalated ethnic and religious conflicts.
Now, let us move on to a story of a 7-year-old girl named Lena. In a small, crumbling apartment in Gaza, a 7-year-old Lena clings to her mother as she could hear nothing but the sounds of explosion from distance. Their home, once a place of warmth and safety, now barely stands due to years of conflict. The nights are spent in darkness, the lights are cut off, and there is no one for them. There is literally no one to just go for them and ask them what happened. Just like this, the children and the human are suffering from psychological damage. But is there anyone to hear them? Is there anyone? I beg your pardon, but I don't think so.
We see the pathetic plight, and therefore, in conclusion, we must remark that UN has terribly failed in preventing so many conflicts and time and again proved that we need reforms that are urgent. We need more collaboration, we need better strategies, and we need removal of the veto power. With that, I, Aditya Mishra,
and I, Nilesh Singh, along with our technical support, Prakhar Kesarwani. Thank you so much all for being such patient listeners. May you all have a great day ahead. Good afternoon, sir. We'll now begin questions and Q&A.